This has to be the best Premier League title run-in ever with 3 unbelievable teams. It's such a hard one to call. Liverpool would be third in the league right now if they don't score with the last kick of the game at Nottingham Forest. Now, if they go and beat Man City this weekend, then I'd fancy them to go on and win the league. That's how quickly it changes. I don't think Man City can afford to get 1 point from their next 2 games at Liverpool and at home to Arsenal. If City win them both, then I can't see anything but them winning the league title again. But if City lose on Sunday, then I'd be surprised if Liverpool don't win the league. Their fixtures are nice and they will be 4 points clear with Man City then having to play Arsenal. They are huge games. Arsenal will go top on Saturday if they get the job done against Brentford, who have a lot of good players out, so they've got to put the pressure on the others. They are so different to last season because Declan Rice has taken them to another level. He's up there with Rodri, and that's why Man City and Arsenal have great defences. They are so disciplined, it's unbelievable. Arsenal have won 7 in a row now, and that break they had has helped them, but when you look back at their results, I hope the week when Fulham and West Ham beat them isn't what costs them. They've taken their goal difference to another level in the last few weeks though. They were behind and now they've almost got an extra point with it. That could be massive. However, the acid test is going to be at Man City on March 31st. We'll see how far Arsenal have come then. But you've got to keep on winning these games to make sure you get there, and that's what they're doing. A bizarre club versus country row between Liverpool and Egypt over Mohamed Salah's fitness looks set to escalate further, with national team staff in Cairo suggesting they have been unable to communicate with the injured forward. Liverpool wrote directly to Egypt at the end of last week asking the national team to exempt their star man and captain from an upcoming camp in Abu Dhabi, where the Pharaohs are set to face New Zealand in a friendly tournament. Egypt rejected that request and called up the player, insisting it was their right to assess Salah's fitness themselves. The forward has played just once for Liverpool since sustaining an injury in the Africa Cup of Nations group stage. National chiefs wanted Egyptian Dr. Mohamed Abu Elala to run his own assessment of Salah before making any decisions on his involvement in the upcoming international camp, and said that they would adhere to his inclusion if he played any minutes for Liverpool before then. Egypt rejected Liverpool's request and included Salah in the squad anyway, effectively saying they would make their own mind up on his fitness. However, a member of the Egyptian FA board has said they have been unable to communicate with Salah. The forward has not featured in the Premier League for Liverpool since playing half of the win over Brentford in mid-February, but Jurgen Klopp said last week that there were hopes for Salah to return to fitness to be in contention for Sunday's title battle with champions Manchester City. Even if he were to return for City's visit to Anfield, Liverpool feel that Salah's minutes must be managed carefully to avoid an injury recurrence and have him in tip-top condition for the business end of the Premier League season. These arguments were put across to Egypt's FA in a letter which asked the nation to prioritise Salah's long-term health instead of risking his fitness at the friendly tournament later this month, where they will play New Zealand. Croatia and Tunisia are also present at the competition. The Egyptian national team, led by Hossam Hassan and Ibrahim Hassan, could not communicate with Mohamed Salah so far, said Ihab El-Komi of the Egyptian FA. There hasn't been any meeting between the technical staff of Egypt and Mohamed Salah yet. Sources in Cairo suggest that Egypt are very keen to patch up relations with Liverpool after the two parties also clashed when Salah left the Africa Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast early to undergo rehab on Merseyside. Egypt's Dr. Elala has spoken to Liverpool's medical team, and board member El Komi told local television this week, "The national team definitely needs Mohamed's presence, and we are very keen to remove any misunderstanding between the two parties."